Okay, hey guys, I'm outside at my job walking, but I just had to put this video out really quick. I just want to talk about the narcissist today and gaslighting. So, gaslighting is the act when the narcissist, it's a tactic used by the narcissist for manipulation along with projection. They tend to be used hand in hand and they can be used simultaneously in the same, at the same time, in regards to the same situation. So, what I mean by that is basically, gaslighting is when a person wants to keep you in a confused state of mind. They want you to question your sanity and your reality as you know it. So, in any situation where the narcissist could be in the wrong or they are in the wrong, they've done something wrong, something they know could end their relationship with you, could end their narcissistic supply with you, could end you just waiting on them, handing foot, giving them your love, giving them your admiration, they're going to use gaslighting in this tactic. So basically, say your narcissist has cheated. Say your narcissist has spent up your rent money at the casino. Say your narcissist has gotten into a car wreck. Anything that they know could possibly cause you to be upset or cause you to withdraw from them, your narcissistic supply, they're going to gaslight you. Um, so for me, with my ex, he constantly cheated, whether it was physical or emotional. I mean, it was constant, it was all the time from the beginning of the relationship to the end of the relationship. We were together 2 years and we were engaged. My first time catching him cheating, it was emotional. So those of you who think that, oh, cheating is just when my spouse goes and has intimate sex with somebody else, no. Cheating is also on a physical and an emotional level. So it can be whether your mate goes and has intimate conversations, inappropriate conversations with the opposite sex or maybe the same sex, or it could be them confiding about your relationship between the two of you with somebody else, just giving the opposite sex or the same sex any amount of their emotional time is considered emotional cheating. Giving admiration, love, attention, any of those things to somebody else while you're supposed to be in a committed relationship is a definition of cheating, as well as we all know, yes, physically engaging in the act of sex with someone else that you're not in a relationship with. So for me, in my situation, my ex started out with the emotional cheating. Okay, so for me, I have a strong sense of discernment when it comes to people. My energy tends to feel other people's energy very easily, and my spirit tends to tell me when somebody is not right. I'm naturally introverted, so I'm naturally always to myself. I tend not to want to be around a lot of people often. I don't have many friends. I like to stay to myself. I just tend to like my own company, especially now since I have been healing from narcissistic abuse, not only from my ex, but as a child. I grew up with a narcissistic mother who was very physically abusive, emotionally abusive, spiritually abusive. To me and my little brothers. I'm the oldest out of three. I have three younger brothers. My mother also suffers, with manic depression and bipolarness. So you can just imagine briefly what my childhood looks like. If you would like more insight into what my childhood looks like, some of my first videos on this channel speak more thoroughly into how I grew up with my mother. Either way, so I'm a victim of narcissistic abuse all around. Now being grown, I'm 31 years old. I just turned 31 on August 2nd. I'm now realizing that I'm very codependent. I'm very empathetic. I've always knew that I was empathetic towards other people because I always had that sense of wanting, and codependent because I always had that sense of wanting to make other people happy and please other people. So I'm a people pleaser. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to fit in, all this and this and that. As I got older over the years, I just really started to realize that no matter what you do for other people, you're never going to truly make anyone else happy. So the best benefit is to truly try to make yourself happy. And those people that truly love you, they'll be happy with whatever it is that you have to offer them, and they'll be happy that you're happy and you're whole, because people who really love you genuinely, they want you to be whole and happy, even if it has nothing to do with them. So with my ex, even though I had a strong sense of discernment, so with that, I knew he was cheating. I constantly would get feelings on top of just things would come up. People would send me screenshots or just whatever the case may be. He was just always getting caught. Even though my spirit was telling me early on, throwing up those red flags, to leave him, because I had a low lack sense of self, because I was afraid to be alone, because I had low self-esteem within myself, and I just wanted to be in a relationship. I'm also a single mother, so I was tired of being alone, tired of struggling as a single mother, all things that predators look out for. And I'm going to do a video about that later, the narcissist and prey. And a lot of male narcissists, I noticed, they typically prey on single mothers, because we do, I mean, we're vulnerable. Some of us are strong. I'm not going to say we're weak, but we're vulnerable is a better term to use it because, we're tired. We're working maybe 1, 2, 3 jobs along with the side hustle. Some of us maybe have one kid. Some of us have multiple kids. You feel alone. You have lack adult connections because you're either at work trying to take care of your kids or you're at home taking care of your kids. And by the time the kids lay down and go to sleep, that's your time to have some kind of sense of time to yourself to just wind down, and most of that is you sleeping. So what outside connections to the world do we really have other than a few friends that we get to spend time with every now and then, and usually that's meet up play dates. So as a single mother, if you find a man that you think is for you and that's really going to love you, I mean, you're going to attract to that. You're going to absorb that because you're not getting that feeling. And a narcissist, they know what to prey on. They sense your weaknesses before they even really get you all the way in the relationship. So they're already studying you. They're already knowing what it is that you need and what it is that you want to be able to fully function in this relationship and stay in this relationship, feeding them narcissistic supply. So even though they maybe lack these qualities coming in or before the relationship, they might not have any idea about what these qualities really possess. They're going to mask these qualities from someone else. They're going to study these qualities that they know you want and you need and you desire in a relationship, and they're going to take on these qualities into themselves, creating a facade of themselves of someone that they're not, that they know you're going to be attracted to. So once they do that, they've got you hook, line, and sinker. So if they know that you're a single mom and you really want a man who's going to be there to help you pay these bills, play with your kids, interact with you, understand you, love you, give you admiration, give you intimacy, they're going to be all those things. Even if those things are not a part of their true character, they're still going to portray those things to you to get you in. And that's exactly what my ex did to me. He preyed on me. He knew I was a single mother. He knew I kind of had low self-esteem. Why did he know this? Because I told him. He didn't have to study me. I'm a very open book person. So coming into the relationship, I told him, the person that I was dealing with before you, they cheated a lot, A, B, C, and D. They left me in this kind of state of race, so this is what I really need right now. So for a short time being, he was that person. He mirrored exactly that person that I thought I wanted. He love bombed me. The love was consistent. I mean, daily, the sex, it was just back to back. Just he was there for my son. He was just this great person. Until the blinders started to come off. And the blinders started to come off for me when I realized that, okay, we're having a large, strangely amount of sex that I'm not used to. And it's starting to affect the way that I'm thinking and operating throughout the day. So once I start realizing, okay, I'm not even being able to think how I'm used to thinking, like clearly, basically being able to break situations down and analyze situations even within myself and around me, I wasn't being able to do that because my mind was so clouded in between the love bombing that was going on and the devaluing that was also going on that I wasn't aware to at the time because, like I said, during the healing process and after he discarded me for the final and last time because I was discarded 3 times throughout the 2-year relationship, I started to learn these terms and what they meant. So I never had no idea that I was being love bombed and devalued. But the first 3 to maybe 5 months of our relationship was a constant love bomb and devalue. It was the love bomb because he was giving me all the love that I thought I wanted and needed. However, I was being devalued in the same sense every time I caught him giving those same exact things to another woman, cheating. So he gaslighted me when I would catch him, basically he projected and gaslighted. Well, because me, I'm a understanding person. So when something happens, I want to talk about it. Of course, as most women, we love to talk and you want to break it down. You want to know what's going on. Even some men, you find your woman cheating. Hey, you're like, hey, baby, am I not doing something right? What's going on? Why did you feel the need to go step off with this other person or even have a conversation with this other person, confiding in this person about me and your relationship? So what's going on? So I want to talk. So in the midst of that, narcissists, they don't want to talk. They don't want to have that conversation with you. So they're projecting, they'll gaslight to avoid the conversation in any kind of way, shape, or form. Because them getting entangled into that conversation with you means that they might in turn be revealed. The mask might come off and then you might see them for who they truly are. So in any way that they can get you to shut the hell up, excuse how I said it, but that's what they want. That's what they thinking. They want you to shut the hell up. They want you to stop thinking what you're thinking. They really wish you never found this out in the first place, but since you did, now they're going to make you feel like everything that's going on is your fault, basically with projection, and then they're going to twist everything around to cloud your mind, to have you not questioning what you saw, what you read, what you heard, or what, however you found it out, what the information that came to you, you're going to question it. Then you're going to sit there, you're going to question yourself. So while you're asking them what's wrong with them, why they did this to you, they're going to make you feel like, yeah, they did this and they know they did it and they know it's the wrong thing. But the reason they did it has nothing to do with them, but everything to do with you. And it's your fault, which is also a part of projection, manipulation tactics. So while you're sitting here questioning yourself and while your spouse has cheated on you, maybe I should change this or maybe I should do this different so they'll be more faithful. When all along that this has nothing to do with you. This is just a sick, twisted person that they'll cheat. If they had the best of the best woman or man, they still would cheat because it's just a part of their character of person. See, cheating is a character flaw and everybody makes mistakes. So once it happens and then this person shows you genuine care and they show you genuine change, that they're going to be better and that they want to love you and be whole and healthy and be in a whole and healthy relationship, that's different from your narcissist. Your narcissist is a repeat offender. Cheating, lying, stealing, manipulation, these are all a part of their characters, their character flaws. And this is all a part of who they are and what they do and how they establish relationships and continue to get people to feed into their narcissism and give them narcissistic supply. So the gaslighting is a manipulation tactic. It's used so that you'll get off topic, you'll forget about what you found out, what you read, what you know about them, that's the action that they use to hurt you, you'll totally forget about it, and or you'll absorb it and warp it in your mind to where you somehow had a role in this other person's actions when you really have no control over another human being. They are in control of themselves and what they do has nothing to do with you. But because we lack a low sense of ourselves and we're people pleasers, we will tend to absorb other people's problems in situations onto us, taking them into ourselves as if they are our problems, which narcissists know this about empathetic people. They know this about codependent people, which is why we're the top pick of the litter when it comes down to narcissistic supply, because they know that we're easily manipulated. We're easy to gaslight. So in my situation, I called my ex. He slept with his coworker. He was working at Jack in the Box. They were working overnight shifts. And he had came home from work that morning as usual. And I used to go to work at around 9 o'clock. I was doing in-home ABA therapy with children with autism. And I know that a lot of people say, don't go through your spouse's phone. Don't do this and don't do that. Hey, my synopsis on that is fuck that. If I have a feeling that my spirit is beating my ass and telling me that, hey, something is wrong and you need to check it, I'm going to check it, because I'd rather check it and be safe than not check it and be sorry in the hospital with AIDS or some kind of disease I can't get rid of. So y'all take it how y'all want to take it. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have trust, because trust in a relationship is everything. So you definitely should trust your spouse, man or woman, whoever you're with. No, you should not. People should have privacy in relationships, and no, you shouldn't go invading people's privacy. But when your spirit is talking to you, this is something different. And you'll know when it's spirit. Trust me, you'll know. So when your spirit is talking to you, telling you that something is wrong and you need to check A, B, C, and D, then you do it. So in my case, that's what was going on. I had no reason to think he was cheating. I had no reason to be upset with him. He was at work. He came home. Everything was good. But something, and I was already dressed, purse in my arm, ready to walk out the door, and something stopped me dead at my door and told me to go pick his phone up and check his phone, and I did. And in his phone, I found messages in between him and a coworker discussing how they had had sex and him telling her how he needed to see her outside of work. So not only had he already slept with this woman on more than one occasion unprotectedly, because I talked to the woman that he slept with, he in turn slept with her with no protection and then was planning to meet up with her again behind my back. So when, of course, I woke him up out of his sleep, because he was already asleep again. He worked the overnight. So when I woke him up out of his sleep and tried to talk to him about this situation, he instantly was in a rage. He was in anger. It was as if he was more upset with the fact that I caught him other than the fact that he committed this action against me, himself, and our relationship. So in that moment, he started to gaslight me. Really, he started he started the gaslighting. There was gaslighting and there was projection, all in the same thing, because they're their main manipulation tactics. So I started to ask questions, of course, and he started to gaslight me. He started to tell me, oh, it was just nothing. She means nothing. Which is normal stuff that we hear men say, but y'all probably didn't know that these are gaslighting tactics. In that moment, he became angry. He didn't want to talk about it anymore because, like I said previously, they don't want to talk. Why? Because they don't want you to reveal that mask and really find out who they really are as a real person. So they don't want to go into depth into the conversation. So they want to deter you from going into depth into the conversation. They don't want to have to explain. Also, because they don't want to be held accountable. So they don't care how you feel. They know that they've hurt you. They can see you're hurt. Hurting you makes them happy. So really, the fact that he was even able to disturb me was happy for him. He was in a good sense of himself because he saw that I was upset in that moment, which is one of the narcissist's biggest things. They get their sense of self, they get their happiness, they get their supply out of bringing down other people. So in his gaslighting, he runs out the door, he runs out the apartment. We're in an apartment, in my apartment. He runs out the apartment, he runs down the street. And of course, me in a state of shock, a state of confusion, not knowing what's going on, I go after him. Yes, I do. I walk after him, trying to talk to him. To make a long story short, we ended up outside of my apartment, talking, discussing, and he ended up telling me, well, I asked him, well, why did you do this? You say that I'm the best thing that ever happened to you, that you love me, you want to marry me, we're going to be together, so why did you do this? Why did you cheat? And he ends up telling me, oh, because the girl had a fat ass, yada, 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 she looked like this. That's the devaluing stage. It's projection and it's devalue. All in the same time. So he gaslighted me, projected me, and devalued me, all in the same scenario situation, leaving me in disarray and confusion, and leaving him where? In a state of calm and in peace, and still in my house, still able to absorb narcissistic supply from me, still able to use me, still able to manipulate me, still able to triangulate me through other people, able to triangulate my son, manipulate my son, just all of these evil, demented, sick, twisted things that narcissists do. Him telling me that this woman was this way or that way as far as physical features was just a big, big way for him to be able to devalue me as a person, as a woman, lowering my self-esteem and my sense of my own self with his own demonic, sick, twisted actions. Because he knew that I had a low self-esteem in myself. He knew my weaknesses, that we all have weaknesses that we struggle with when it comes down to our looks and things of that nature. And him being around me so much and being my man and us being in a relationship, of course, I confide these things to him. So he threw up in my face what he knew would stop the conversation, would get me to turn direction with where I was going, and stop seeing him in a bad light and stop trying to hold him accountable, but yet would cause me to cease the whole conversation, take a step back and turn it to another level, because now I'm devalued. Now my feelings are hurt. Now my man has not only given me a reason why he cheated, but the reason in turn feels like it's my fault. So when you're dealing with these people want to make you feel like you're nothing. They want to break you down. They want to bring you down to the lowest level that they can bring you, because they're low. They're on a low level. They live in the dark. They walk in the dark, and their whole calling and goal and bidding is to destroy people that are of the light. In that moment where he tore me down and devalued me, comparing my looks to another woman's, justifying his reason for cheating based on the physical attributes that I did not have, that he likes better in this person, he knew that he was devaluing me. He knew that he was tearing down my self-esteem. He knew that in turn he was tearing down my character, which is what they set out to do. He knew that by doing that, that was manipulating me. He knew by doing that, that he was gaining access to an emotional state of me to be able to control me and my thoughts and how I operated towards him as a man and as a person, which is what they set out to do. So the gaslighting, the projection, it's all manipulation tactics. And they won't just gaslight you when it comes down to cheating. They'll gaslight you in any situation. They'll gaslight you by switching the topic of the argument. They'll gaslight you by running off. They'll gaslight you by going into a silent treatment. They'll gaslight you by using projection and whatever they've done or whatever is their fault. They'll throw it up back in your face as if it's really your fault. They'll gaslight you by starting an argument. They will gaslight you. They'll gaslight you by just total deflection from the situation. They'll gaslight you by making you question yourself and if you're the person who's wrong, or if you're tripping, or if there's really a problem at all. So they use this as a number one manipulation tactic. And remember, the gaslighting is only to get you to question your sense of self and your reality of the situation and what's really going on in your own sanity. Once they've gotten you to question your reality of the situation and your own sanity, then you're susceptible to however long more manipulation and bad treatment and just total chaos from these people, because that's all they have to offer. So remember, please hold on to yourself. Please meditate, be able to clear your mind, be able to hold on to yourself and have a strong sense of yourself. Know your power, stand in your power. Know who you are. Have a strong relationship with God. Have a strong safety net of people, friends, and family around you that you can talk to, that you can trust, that can tell you when something is not right, that can validate you if you need that. Because yes, some of us do need that validation, but most importantly, my brothers, my sisters, my loves, please be able to validate yourself. Know that if you feel something, know that that's the God spirit into you. Continue to pray for discernment every day so that you will be able to know when someone is trying to deceive you and manipulate you, and that you won't be a victim of this gaslighting and making someone question what you know is wrong and what's right. Continue to love yourself and feed more love into yourself than you look for love from other people, because love in other people is temporary. Loving yourself lasts forever. It's whole and it's genuine, and it makes you a better person. Continue to work on yourself and fix those things about yourself that might cause you to have low self-esteem or have a low sense of self, so people can't use those things against you in projection or gaslighting, or to devalue you, or to get you to question yourself, or to lower your self-esteem to use against you to manipulate you. Continue to breathe into yourself and give yourself all the love and gratification that you want from other people, and you'll continue to grow and have a better, healthier life and a better chance of having a loving, healthier relationship. Most importantly, let God send your mate to you, people, please. I know it sounds so cliche because we hear it all the time, but build your sense of yourself and build your relationship with God, and all other things will follow. That's my video. Until next time, I love you guys. Remember to spread light, spread love, spread peace. And remember, we're going to war with the narcissists. And I mean every narcissist out there. Even those narcissists that out here with these fake ass channels, being fake ass life coaches, saying that they know about narcissism, but they are the narcissists. Please, you guys, pray for discernment and be aware who you're dealing with before you deal with them. And if you are dealing with somebody and you get a feeling about them, run. Listen to your inner spirit. Listen to your inner self. Listen to that feeling in the pit of your gut that's telling you, get away. This is not right. I love you guys. Take care. Until next time.